Are we ready? Is it happening? Are your hair and bosoms in the right spots?
Good enough for me.
My bosoms are all itched, so we're good to go.
But,
well, scratched.
Gotta stop saying that. It makes me nervous.
What?
When you keep saying that your boob has an itch. Just got done watching this latest season of Firefly Lane.
And why does that make you nervous?
She had a boob itch, and it was like, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to put it out into the world.
Oh, no, it just
That's why it was just like a one-time thing. But if it was just a one-time thing, that's...
Kayla probably needs to hop in a shower and wash her hair.
Great. Love that.
That's... Hi, if we decided to keep this section in. Also, I need to take a shower soon.
And I'm going to be living at a campground this summer, so no showers for me.
Heyo.
JK. Totally going to shower.
Which is funny because we're doing this episode on body image, and your body. So taking care of your body is a good thing. Oh yeah, I have a body song, don't I? I'm just taking care of my body today, taking care of my body today, taking care of my body today. It really hurt me to temper my volume on that. I was trying not to blow people's eardrums out.
Yeah. You did a good job, though. Like, I like that song. Sounds like a good one.
It is, because then the subsequent verses go to the same exact tune, but then just talk about what I'm doing. I'm just hopping in my shower today, scrubbing down my hair today, even though sometimes I hate being wet. My freezer has a problem. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my freezer is dropping 1 cube of ice at a time.
It's an ice cube monster.
And it sounds like someone's trying to break through the back of my house.
Very much so.
Like, if that happened at night and I didn't know it was a problem, I would be very freaked out.
Yeah. For sure. It's quite loud.
It's very Babadook, I feel like. Did you see that movie?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't overly recommend it. It's fine. But
what movie?
It's called Babadook.
Oh, then no. I don't know. I don't think so, I don't get the reference.
It's just about a creepy thing that haunts a house.
Yeah,
and
I don't like a creepy thing.
And the cadence of it is like Babadook, Duke. Like, that's how they talk about it. So don't gasp. God, you gave me goosebumps when you gasped.
That sounds terrifying.
Well, I mean, it is. I don't recommend you watch it. Also, I've stopped watching scary movies in general now because they do not feel high vibe enough for me.
They don't do good things for your nervous system.
No. Well, I mean, perhaps you could argue that they help you to expand your nervous system, but there are way more peaceful practices to expand your nervous system, like my friend Amy was talking about. I'm going to have my friend Amy Shear come on. She is a somatics coach. Somatics meaning how you are in your body, how your body stores emotions and feelings and dense energies, and how to love on your nervous system. So we just are in talks now on getting that scheduled.
I am so excited.
Whoop, whoop. And you guys, as of filming this, we are 1 week out from having Megan Ruth Stoddard, my beautiful coaching friend who is rich in her knowledge of human design, on to be interviewed by us to tell us all things human design. So,
I'm so pumped.
So, a week after this episode comes out, it should be Megan's episode.
Yes.
So, hooray! Sorry if that changes. We're trying to keep our schedule somewhat organized.
For sure. Also.
Yes?
We haven't started the episode.
We should do that. Oh my gosh. Hi, beautiful humans. Welcome to Your Soul Welcome, a podcast of belonging for humans exploring their deepest hearts. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Ashley. And we are so happy to have you.
Oh, I stole your part, didn't I?
That's okay.
I was so excited to welcome you.
It's fine. We'll finally cue the intro music.
Do doodle do. Do doodle do. Is that a thing we do now when we come back? We don't have to keep doing that.
We don't have to do it every time. Yeah.
I liked it for this time at least.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun.
I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray! Ooh. Look at you drinking out of your Karma coffee cup. Because we're sponsored officially by Karma Coffee, which I think you found out in the episode prior to this.
Yes.
Huzzah!
Go visit Karma Coffee.
Yes, if you are local to Omaha, please go visit Karma Coffee. It is beautiful. It's such a loving space, and Tracy is so sweet, and she is on her own inner journey. And when we talk about doing life together, Tracy is one of those people who's on the journey, doing the work, and participating in this whole vibe of women uplifting women that just like sets my heart on fire.
For sure. She's great. She's fantastic.
She is fantastic. And to clarify, the group that we met her in is about women supporting women. I also fully support humans supporting humans.
Yes.
all humans, all genders are all welcome here. Yes. We just specifically happened to meet her in a women's group that we did not found. We just are participating in and making beautiful friends, which feels so good.
Yes. It has been a wonderful ride.
It really has been.
It really has been.
Hooray. Okay, so this week, I got really serious really fast.
It's okay. Our topic that we're talking about this week is something
our little time ticker just said 11:11.
Oh. The topic that we're talking about this week is something that's really important to both you and I.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about doing this episode since we made a list of ideas before we even filmed our very first episode.
And we've had listener requests for this episode also because body image and like your perception of your body is so important. It can be so foundational to how you view yourself, because that is what you think of as the place that you embody, right? The vessel that you are partnered with in your life. It's the thing that you see in the mirror. Not that your body's like a thing, but like it is the part of yourself that you see, that you witness with your eyeballs if you are a person who has sight, right?
Yes, right. And it's not only that, but it is not just how you see yourself, but it's also how you then present yourself out into the world.
It for sure can be, yes.
You interact.
And often how you're judged.
Right. So there are just so many aspects of body image, and it plays such a big role. It has played such a big role in my life for sure. And trying to take what I know and what I have learned from my journey with body image and trying to rewrite that story and that process for my daughter especially, but for my kids, has been really important to me.
Well, yeah, because I think once you've walked that road of hating your body, it becomes really important to you to help other people love their bodies, which is often why I think sometimes it's easier for people to like tell their friends like, oh no, you're beautiful. And in reality, it is equally as important that you tell yourself that you're beautiful. And that can be less easy based upon the trauma that you've gone through.
Yes.
It can be more difficult. It can sometimes feel impossible.
Yeah.
Which is why we're gonna talk about self-neutrality. Because sometimes coming to a neutral place about your body is an easier shift than loving your body.
Yes, it was definitely the step I needed to take before I was able to take the leap into loving my meat suit.
Mm-hmm. So my coaching friend Amy, who does like somatic healing, body healing, was just speaking about the term meat suit.
Oh yeah.
Because for her, she was saying, I use the term meat suit as like a fun personification of my body as an entity that I need to think of. She was saying that it can be used to like dehumanize your body, that your body is a loving part of you.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to acknowledge perhaps that side of the conversation because that hadn't occurred to me, that it can be used to be othering or used to bypass how big of a part your body plays in your life.
Right.
Because it can be really easy to say, I'm not my body. I'm so much more than that.
Right.
And at the same time, you are also your body. You are so much more than your body.
Right.
And also you are your body.
Right.
Because your neurotransmitters, the things that your mind uses to store all of your memories and past emotions, your neurotransmitters run throughout your entire body. Which means that your memories and emotions are held throughout your entire body.
Right.
Which means that the integral part that you think that you are, your brain, your mind, your heart, like, is present, is held, cannot be possible without your body.
Right.
And when we talk about your body storing your emotions and storing dense energy that no longer serves you and being able to release it, your body absolutely has to be a part of the equation. Right. Beyond even just, wouldn't it be nice if you didn't fucking hate yourself? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, wouldn't it be nice if you didn't just hate the vessel that you were in?
Yes, exactly. And the vessel is another one of those words that I use along with meat suit.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of helps me remember that I am more than my body, but my body does play a major role and does serve me in a major capacity.
Yeah, for sure.
Of which I am very grateful for.
Mm-hmm. And we'll also continue to talk about gratitude as this episode unfolds, because that can be a beautiful way in which to invite thoughts and emotions into your body and mind that are beyond just, I fucking hate myself.
Yes.
I hate my fat belly, you know?
Yeah. And real quick, as an aside, the whole vessel and meat suit thing and talking about neutrality, I really started to like hop on board with the neutrality with my body and thinking about my body as a kind of like my vessel and my meat suit. When my eldest bonus daughter was watching a lot of Supernatural at home, and like they were talking about, you know, how
being a vessel for
being vessels, and like they just needed to get into a different vessel, and this one is, you know, and I was like, oh yeah. So like, I mean, not only is Supernatural a great show, but it also taught me a lot.
That you can think of your body as like another extension of yourself.
Yes.
Because when I think about myself, I think about my multiple selves. And I think we started talking about this a little bit in our episode on who even am I? Like, how do I just be myself?
Yes, the mind, body, spirit.
Yes. So that part about thinking of your body as an extension of who you are, like as integral to who you are, I think speaks to Amy's point that your body is more than just a vessel.
Oh, yes.
Like,
for sure.
I mean, I also have watched Supernatural,
Yeah,
and like I get the vibe, but you are more than a vessel to hold demonic or angelic energy. Like, you know,
sure.
but I love that helped you to reframe how you viewed
Yes.
yourself. I think that's beautiful.
It was definitely a start. It was a start.
Mm-hmm. And to clarify, like, it's okay if you're not ready to think about your body in terms that we're talking about.
Right.
Because this whole process of moving from self-hate into neutral ground and then into self-love, please know that I for sure am coming from a place of where I have grown to love my body. And perhaps those nuances are not acceptable in your heart quite yet until you have reached the place of neutrality and then the place where you're ready to shift more into self-love. And that is valid. You can only grow as fast as the slowest part of you feels safe to grow.
Right.
And this is also why I'm very excited to have Amy on, because she's going to speak about creating self-safety within your body.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Samesies. Because even when she and I were on Zoom yesterday, she told me so many things that I didn't know, and I've known Amy for like a couple years now.
Right.
So as her knowledge and expertise has grown, so too do I get to benefit from being friends with her. So shout out, Amy. I love you. Yay. I'm very, very grateful for you. Yay. So that's where we're heading into this conversation. And I'm going to not worry about the fact that our little time says 20 minutes. I'm like, that's a long ass intro. But also we dinked around a little before really that. Okay. Yeah. A part of me was just like, eek, give the people what they want. Don't just distract them. And then I remind myself that they are here for us as whole people, because we are here for you as whole people. Yes. And our silliness and perhaps lengthy intros are a part of that.
Yes. You get what you come for.
Well, and we have inherent value and worthiness.
Yes. And if we don't get around to it, whatever it is,
the content we have planned.
And we'll...
What do you mean get into it? What?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Whatever you feel like, if we're not covering something.
Oh, for sure. Like if there's
something that you want more information on or something like that, let us know. And
show up in the comments.
Yeah.
We also perhaps have something brewing in which we get to talk to you more. So we'll unfold more details about that soon, because we have not ironed everything out. I know, I'm excited too. However it ends up looking will be really exciting. But it means more of us and you hanging out together. And it's gonna be fucking magical, because we're gonna love each other in our bodies, hearts, and minds. We'll get to hang out with each other.
That was pretty.
Hey, thanks.
I liked it.
I was just riffing. I didn't know where it was going.
I liked it.
Well, that's my whole life. I riff in song constantly. And it feels great. It fills me with joy. It gives me energy to be all of who I am.
I love it.
Okay, thanks. Should we actually read things off of our outline
now? Yeah,
okay, so episode 11, body image. What does that say? I made it really tiny.
Well, that's your...
Oh, how do you move from hating your body into loving it?
I love that. That's perfect. Great.
I guess I didn't really discuss that with you. I just unilaterally made that decision.
Beautiful. I'm here for it.
So in answer to that question, we kind of came up with a quick 4-step process that encompasses all of the rest of the stuff that we're going to talk about throughout the episode. But just to kind of streamline it, we thought that how do you do it? How do you move from self-hate into self-love with your body? The first step is to acknowledge your past trauma and current feelings, which we'll share more about our past experiences with our bodies and with how we were raised to perceive them or influenced to perceive them in our childhoods. And step 2 is to validate, to know that it's okay and beautiful to want more, better, or different thoughts and feelings about yourself now.
Yes.
So acknowledge, validate. And then the third step is to identify your self-hating or negative patterns. So identify where is it that you are currently perpetuating that past trauma or enabling that past trauma to be rooted inside of you.
Right. Where are those negative patterns showing up in your behavior? What are you, where is that showing up in life?
Yeah, like behaviorally, that might mean that you like make a face at yourself in the mirror when you first wake up because you don't have makeup on yet.
Right.
Thoughtfully, that might be thinking to yourself like, oh God, like I can't fit into that dress today. Or
avoiding pictures.
Yes. So that's what we mean. Where are you seeing those patterns in yourself? And then the next step is take one step after another to replace your old patterns with creating a healing relationship with your body. So, because it doesn't happen all at once, it is step by step, day by day. I'm not going to sing it.
It's a journey. And when you get to a place where you feel like you can say, like, I love my body. Like, I love my whole body. And you feel really good about it for a long time. There still might be moments where you struggle sometimes. And it's okay to give yourself grace and to hold yourself gently and love yourself through that and pick it back up the next day and try to love your body again. You just have to be loving with yourself, give yourself grace, and keep on keeping on.
Because I mean, the beautiful part about working on your relationship with your body is that there's no falling off the wagon.
Right.
Like you're in your body until the day that you die, right? Like you have a form of a relationship with your body no matter what. So you literally cannot fall off the wagon with this because you're always inside of yourself. Right. Until we get into astral projection, but that's a whole different story, and still you are attached to your body. Right. So so you can't fuck it up. You will always have some sort of relationship to your body. It's, are you choosing to reinforce the negativity that's already there, or are you choosing to try over and over again, devote over and over again to healing? And I say healing, not healed, because it's always going to be a process of healing. There's always going to be a new layer and depth to your understanding and your self-relationship. And I think that's quite beautiful. Because that means that you have like endless possibilities for self-discovery. I can be 80 years old and still be like discovering how I desire to be.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I just got real excited for 80-year-old Kayla's vibe.
I am so excited. The picture of us when we're 80 in that outfit that you sent me the other day. Kayla sent me a picture of this, a meme of like an older woman with the cutest.
I think the caption was like, when people ask me what I'll be like when I'm 80 or something like that, or what's my 50-year plan or something like that.
She was the cutest old lady in her like
hot pink swimsuit with like a rainbow and then this like crocheted cardigan, and she's just like giving peace signs up in the air.
Sunnies on.
With her like fluffy white hair.
Yes.
So fucking gorgeous. Cute. Yes. Wrinkles out.
Her best. Like just loving her life. Yes.
So then I photoshopped it in Canva. I love that Photoshop is a verb and not like a
yes.
In my head, it's not a program. It is a verb.
I photoshopped it in Canva. I like it.
So that there were two old ladies, so that Ashley and I could be old ladies together in the meme. 100. Because that's how I roll.
And to be clear, I'm still trying to get us in matching outfits.
I'm on board. We have not found the right ones yet.
I know.
Those leotards that we found at Thrift World would have fit one of my thighs in it.
I know, I do.
And that is not negativity. That is just actual literal
I found dresses
truth.
once.
Well, but they were kind of an ugly color.
They were emerald green.
Well, that feels too dark.
Yeah.
I mean, I love emerald green in like plants or decor, but it is not for on my body.
When's the last time you put an emerald green on your body?
Not that long ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
because I'm pretty sure there's emerald green stuff in the clothes that I let you look through.
Yeah, they're probably in my closet now.
I mean, that is also like one of the primary colors of the school that I used to work at.
Oh.
So that may also color my perception of emerald right now.
Yeah.
I have not unpacked that specific nuance, but that might.
Okay. Valid. We're going to get there. We're going to find us some matching colors one of these days.
Preferably in like a sexy little like pink.
Pink, yeah.
I feel like that is our crossover color.
I know, but I don't usually wear a lot of pink because
light blue also works for me.
But I've been wearing a lot of pink lately.
I mean, it works.
It just makes me look extra pinky, but it's okay.
I know. I feel like for your body, you have a lot of like thoughts about your cheeks.
They just get so flushed. It's because I've heard. Here we go. Let's go into our
that's what I was talking about. Yes. Our next segment is called Fucky Things That Shaped Our Self-Perception. I also just really like the word fucky.
I like fuckery. Is my favorite.
Fuckery is also good.
Version of fuck. But yes.
So, I'm sorry. I just really loved how you said that.
Fuckery?
No.
Oh.
Like fuckery is my favorite version of fuck. And I just was very attracted to the cadence in your voice just then.
I like it. I got a little intense, maybe.
You did, and I liked it.
Okay,
I was here for it.
I like it.
Okay, so lay it out. Talk about your cheekles.
My cheeks. So I have always, anytime I get a little bit warm, I get super red here and under my chin.
Mm-hmm.
I get super red. And then as a kid, I would get overheated in the summer a lot.
And that's real sad.
Yeah. And I have really thick, long hair. And I had really thick, long hair when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get super overheated. And
my sister, who has thick, long hair, would always talk about how it felt like a blanket on her.
And it just like radiates the heat.
Mm.
And one summer, multiple summers I got heat stroke. But one summer in particular, I was real young and I got heat stroke. And my mom, I was like in first or second grade.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom took me in and chopped up all of my hair. Like
that was her solution?
Like a bowl cut. Like a bowl. Like short like this.
I have many things to say that I don't know that you want me to say right now.
I mean, I stopped getting as hot. So I was safer in my body. So there's that. But I was sad. I was heartbroken.
I mean, yes. Because she didn't teach you tactics to deal with heat and overheating. She didn't invite you into like acknowledging how you feel in your body and when to know it's time to go inside, or how you know it's time to like go get a cool pack for yourself, or like.
Well, a lot of the times I wasn't able to go inside. Like a lot of these times we were like out of softball games or something like that, and there wasn't a place to go inside and cool off. So anyways, so that was one solution. But people have always talked about my red face, and people still talk about my red face. And even if I drink one half of a beer or half of a booze, my cheeks start getting really red. And
I didn't want to interrupt you, but what I did interrupted your brain. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's 81/1/18. And it's my sister's birthday, the day that we're filming this, on May 18th. So I was like, I'll get a little picture and send it to her. Sorry I fucked up with your
No,
train
you're
of thought.
totally okay.
But, well,
That was
and I
really
I couldn't do it on my phone because it's,
Yeah.
you got, hi, you're on my phone right now. Hi, I love you, audience.
That was really sweet. Sorry, Hope.
Why are you,
Shoot.
what?
Sorry that we missed it, but that was cute.
No, I got it. I got it
Oh, you
on
did?
your phone.
Oh,
I got
yay!
it on your phone.
Good. Okay. Yay.
So,
I'm so glad. You
please
still got
send
it.
that to me so I can send it to
I
her.
definitely
Thanks. Thanks for loving us, you guys.
And now my daughter also gets the really red cheeks, and people make comments to her about it too. But like in the summer when I get really hot, like especially after having heat stroke a few times as a kid, like my cheeks will get purple, like deep purple.
Oh no.
Like if I'm outside and hot and sweaty in the summer, like
I wonder if there's like a energy healing that can help you with that.
Yeah, that would be great
because I know that an energy healer that I saw saw overheating trauma that was generational from my dad.
Oh yeah.
That he healed for me, and I love being outside when it's 90 degrees now, and I used to hate it. I used to be like, ugh, too soupy, can't do it. Like maybe 5 minutes. Which in Nebraska is
a majority of the summer.
It is. So
yes.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a possibility for you and for Lily, and bask in that generational healing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Because that's a lot.
So I can totally understand how that has shaped part of your perception of your body and what your body's capable of and your relationship to it, for sure.
And a lot of the overheating was also blamed on the fact that I was chubby. Yeah.
I hate that for you.
Yeah.
That breaks my heart. That's gross. That's so gross.
If you're chubbier, you're hotter. You sweat more. Which I don't think is scientifically necessarily accurate. I mean, if you're putting out energy, like when you are substantially maybe chubbier.
Yeah, I don't know the science on that. But like
as a child, just existing in the outdoors.
Yeah,
not even
what a
playing
gross.
hard.
Yeah, that's a gross identification.
And I feel like that itself, like now in thinking about it, would like give the opposite, you know what I mean?
Give the opposite
like story to the child. Like, you are chubby, you are going to overheat.
Don't go outside and move your body.
Yeah, like
don't go outside and exercise.
Settle down. You are too chubby. You're going to get too hot.
Continue to be a couch potato.
Yeah.
I get that. Oh, I hate the phrase couch potato. I hated when I said that just now. When I was growing up, being a couch potato was like one of the worst things you could be.
Oh, no.
Being lazy was one of the worst things that you could be. And I have been healing my relationship with resting due to some of those things, some of those beliefs and ideas, because your body fucking needs rest.
Yes, it does.
Like, it just does. The other day, I was talking to Ashley. Were we on FaceTime? No, I think I just texted you. I was feeling really, like, unhappy. I had, like, dense energy in my body. And I was like, why do I feel this way? Like, nothing's happened. And as soon as I asked myself, like, for what reason am I feeling this way? What's going on? My body was just like, yeah, no, you're exhausted. Go rest. Stop working. Go rest. And I was like, oh, funny how that works.
Yeah.
When I'm unrested, I feel gross. Weird, right? So, luckily, I have started to train myself to tap into my body. And that's also part of what Amy is going to give us more information on in how to be more present in your body and how to read your body signals more openly than perhaps you are able to right now.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be awesome. So I'm glad that we're doing this episode just ahead of having her on to give us even more hows than what Ashley and I know how to give you for how to love your body and be in a healing relationship with your body.
We don't have it scheduled or on the books yet, but it's
we're in talks. We're in talks.
It's going to be coming up.
So stick with us. Hit that subscribe button or that follow button, depending on what platform you're watching us on.
For sure. Another one of the like fucky things that shaped my self-perception was like all of the different weight loss tricks and things and programs that just cycled around my house and like my mom's weight fluctuated a lot growing up. Like she was really, really thin, and then she would be a little overweight, and she'd be really, really thin, then she'd be overweight. But anytime she would be uncomfortable with her weight, she'd get, you know what I mean? Like
you would also have to be uncomfortable with your weight.
I was also on board, like I was onboarded to do the program or the
Weight Watchers or the Jenny Craig or
we definitely did Weight Watchers for a while. And like different vitamins and different medicine like phentermine or whatever.
Fen.
Like as a teenager I did. Like
that makes me real sad.
Like that's not good for you. Like it's not on the market anymore.
Okay, well, let's take a minute to give past Kayla and past Ashley like just a little hug. Like I love you. You see you past me. Because while my mother did not put me on fen, thank God.
Phentermine.
Like I feel like I don't know. That was not a part. Drugs were not a part of the equation. It's just your traditional like starve yourself. Eat less.
Yeah. Eat only this chicken and this like different diets like where you like, map out your size and then like this is how much of this you eat. And like the different colored containers.
Yeah.
So many different things. We did so many different things.
Well, and here's what I think is an important part of this conversation is the acknowledgement that the generation prior to us didn't know better either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love my mom, and
absolutely.
She invited me into many behaviors that now are a detriment to how I saw my body. But she didn't do that out of a place of malice. It was from a place of love. Like from a place of she didn't know how to love her body. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
and I think it's also out of their fear. They wanted us to be loved. They wanted us to be accepted. They wanted us to have the best lives we could. And they lived in a world, right? And as adults in the 80s and 90s, they saw a lot of fat shaming. And they did not want that to happen to their babies.
Correct. And so as a sort of sidebar, I've been hearing my grandma's spirit more lately. She's been talking to me. So as I said, my mom didn't know better. My grandma was just like, and neither did I. Like, I also didn't know better. And that's such an acknowledgement that this problem goes back generations. Like, generations of patriarchy and capitalism and keeping women in a place where we don't feel empowered.
Yeah.
And I'm not real into like the speaking on the political ramifications of some of those things and the systems of it, because that's not my zone of genius or like chosen area of expertise. I occupy the corner of the internet that I do talking about self-love. other people occupy those corners of the internet where they're having those conversations, and I love and applaud them because all of us working together can change the conversation.
Yes.
So feel free, you guys, to pop some comments below if you're interested in unpacking more of like the systemic side of body image, because I think that that's really important. Because while we're talking about generational, very personal things, that's also a side of the story. So we could have a guest perhaps on, because I know I don't feel super qualified to unpack that.
I definitely do not.
But in part of my phases of learning to accept my body, I followed a fuckload of people on Instagram who are doing the good work on talking about the systemic structures that make us feel like we need to be this way. Like, for example, I remember reading an article on BMI, like your body mass index, and how, if you don't know this yet, this is mind-blowing, or it blew my mind when I found out that the BMI index was created by insurance companies about people who did not know anything about health.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah. And that they used to, I don't know if they still do, but they measure it in school.
Ew.
In front of everybody.
Well, oh God, I remember that. They would have like calipers.
Yes. And
those like little thingies that looked like little crab legs that would like touch and measure how wide you are.
And somebody I know who listens, but I'm not going to name names because I don't want this to go super duper far, but told me a story that in their school, somebody had their BMI was over 50%. And they got measured in school. So like in front of everybody. And then forever. And still this person is an adult and it wasn't them. And I don't even know if they remember this person's actual real name, but they remember that for a very long time, that person was remembered as half fat. Isn't that so sad? Isn't that so sad?
I don't like that. That's really sad. That breaks my heart. They called them half fat?
Yeah, because their person's BMI was more than 50%.
Oh my God, that's tragic.
Isn't that so sad?
Oh my God. Oh, I can't deal with it. That's too sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. No, I need the energy of that out of my body.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. It's
like kids are awful already.
Because they are
uncomfortable already.
Well, and perhaps have been taught to have those viewpoints. Well, tell your story that you were telling me about Lily. Children do not naturally hate bodies.
Oh, that was later.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
We'll bump it up the outline.
All right. So
make me feel better, please.
I'll tell a feel good story.
Make us all feel good.
Okay. So this was shortly after I had Max, my second child. So Lily was like 2.5, almost 3. And I had just had my son and I had him via C-section. So my stomach did not bounce back in any way. And so I still had real loose postpartum stomach. My skin was loose and stretchy and my stretch marks were still real dark. And like I was walking around, I think in like shorts and a nursing bra or whatever. And she comes up to me and she's like, "Mom, what are those on your," like she was looking at her stomach and she was looking at my stomach. And she was like, "What are those what are those lines on your stomach?" And I was like, "Oh, these." And I was like, and I stopped and I took a moment and I was like, I don't want to be dismissive. I don't want to.
You don't want to teach her that marks on your body need to be ignored or like not talked about or somehow
I don't want to tell her that like they're ugly and I just want to ignore them and please don't acknowledge them. So I was like, "Oh, these are my stretch marks is what they're called." I was like, "They're kind of like my tiger stripes." I was like, "I got them from when you and Max, grew in my belly. My belly got really big when you guys were growing in my belly before you were here with us. And she goes, wow. And her eyes got all starry. And she put her little sticky, clammy little baby hands on my tummy, and she just looked at them. And she was just like, wow, they are beautiful. And I just, that is a moment I will never, ever, ever forget. And I have not looked at my stretch marks or my stomach the same way ever since that moment.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed to be uplifted.
Yes.
I needed to be uplifted.
Yes.
Maybe you guys did too.
But, it is so amazing sometimes to see things through the perspective of little, beautiful, innocent eyeballs.
Yes, which just speaks to the fact that our mothers and their mothers before them, or perhaps for people listening, maybe you don't have a mother or you have multiple mothers, so, right. Like the humans raising you just were, they didn't know how to do it either. Right. They didn't know how to do it either. And
they were doing what they knew.
Yes, what they were taught to do. Because little babies can be taught to love their bodies and to love tiger stripes.
Yes.
Just as easily as they can be taught to think that it's acceptable to call someone half fat.
Yep.
Ugh, that still breaks my heart.
I know.
So we've got more on our list of fucky things, but we also don't want to spend so much time here that we don't have time spent on the other end of how to shift, how to move. Yes. It's important for everyone to validate how shitty these stories are and how it makes you feel and how it colors your self-perception and how you carry yourself. For those of you not watching but listening, I've been going back and forth with my body language in when things make me feel uncomfortable, my knees are up, my arms are closed, and then I'm like, nope, Kayla, open back up. That is a memory of a feeling, so you can relax your knees back down. My shoulders can go back out. My spine can be straight again. Whoo! It shifts you mentally, and it shifts how your body holds that past trauma inside of it.
Right.
And we are here to be generational trauma breakers.
That's right.
For ourselves, for our mothers, for our parents, for any of our generational line that comes after us.
That's right.
And I'm glad that you are here with us, because when we're doing life together, that means we are breaking generational trauma together.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really fucking powerful.
Yes.
Yeah! Oh!
Yeah.
Yes!
I'm here for it.
Okay, sorry. Shouting is also how sometimes I move energy. I just gotta let it out.
Yes.
And I think half fat was still kind of in me.
Yes.
Don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So to talk briefly about some more of the things before we move into being more strategic in how can you move out of this. A very important human in my life once paid me to lose weight, and that was really detrimental. In fact, I had blocked it out until my sister brought it up, and she was like, remember when? And I was like, no. But also, now that you mention it, yes, that sounds hideous.
Oh, man.
To know that part of your monetary worthiness is tied to your looks, that's fucky in a body image and an abundance, money relationship perspective.
Right. How did you feel then about it? Can you remember?
It seemed normal.
Okay. Yeah.
It was oh, okay, well, sure, I guess I will. I want money. I want to buy a cool candle at Next Millennium.
Yeah.
Right? I want to. I'm gonna like buy pretty jelly shoes. I think I had outgrown jelly shoes though by that time, but like whatever I was into, mostly candles. The candle thing was pretty accurate. Right. Even when I wasn't allowed to light them, I loved a good candle.
Yes. I was never allowed to wear jelly shoes.
Oh, well, I mean, I think my sister and I shared jelly shoes because they were like fancy.
My mom said that they would make my feet smelly.
Your mom was not wrong. Your mom was not wrong in any way. Yeah. Debbie was correct.
Good call, Mom. Good
yes,
call.
yes. Yeah, so I know that was a part of shaping both my worth and my worth in earning money, and how it was more valuable to be skinnier, how it was literally more valuable. This also gets into my money psychology on how money is value and not other things.
Right.
I'm unpacking that. Don't worry. We're working on it.
Yeah.
My abundance and my acceptance of receiving has amplified 1,000-fold in the last couple years.
Right.
So there's that. Is there anything else that Super Needs mentioned? Oh my God, we made this list so long.
Oh,
this list is so long.
Oh, we just talk about like how going on dates as having body issues, like you wouldn't want to be going on a date with a boy or a girl.
And eat too much.
Yeah, like and order something that's got too much food.
Yeah.
You don't want to order too much food.
Or like at pizza parties or when you're over at a friend's house, you don't want to like... You don't want to finish the bowl of chips. Like someone else needs to finish it because I can't, because I'm already fat and I can't be seen as fatter.
Right. I don't want anybody to think that I eat too much food.
Mm-hmm. It'll draw attention to how fat I am if they see me eating that much.
Yes.
They'll know that I'm fatter.
Yes.
Tragic.
Gosh, that just blows my mind now as an adult with a different brain than I had then. I
still to this day sometimes have to talk myself into eating all of what I want to eat in a social situation.
Yes. Yeah.
I do it because I want to nourish my body how I know feels good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But like it is still a conscious decision to a knee-jerk reaction to not be perceived.
Yes. Same. Especially if it's like a spread somewhere at like an event or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like, oh, I only want to take a couple things. But like some of the places and some of the events we go to have really amazing food. And I'm sorry, I love food. Food makes me feel so good. And I love food. So if I want to eat a cookie and a little sandwich and a little this and a little that, because we're here and we are surrounded by amazing, talented people who make amazing, talented food.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I want to try all of the things that these amazing, talented people make.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, because gustatory, like tasty joy gets to still exist.
Yes.
You get to find joy in food and things that you put in your mouth. Yes. And I regret saying it in that phrasing immediately.
No, it's totally good. Totally
but I mean,
good. Totally good.
I only regret it because that's not what I meant. But like, you all know what went through my head, y'all. No? Just me?
No, I have no shame about that. So like, I'm here for that too. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't.
Anyways, moving on.
Well, no, I mean, sex is a part of it. Sex is a part of the body conversation.
Yeah. I have no shame about that either.
No, I think that I used to. I think that I certainly used to.
Oh man, that's a whole nother episode for me.
Yeah, I feel like that is a whole nother episode. But like, yeah, I don't think I can mention that. I promised my husband that I would only mention things that are me based and not him and I based, because he's not cozy with that, which I fully respect that boundary. So
I will just say that like people have tried to
shame you,
shame the shit.
Oh, that's right.
Out of me.
Fuck yes, they did, and fuck all of that shit.
Yeah, and I was like, no.
Be you.
And I was. And I was like,
I admire the
nope.
sexual you.
No, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I was like, nope, I'm not going to play that game. Nope, I'm not going to back down. Sure, you can throw it all out there. Put all the cards out on the table. If anybody has a question, ask it. I'll answer it.
You're amazing. I would not have had the fortitude at the age that you were to endure that.
I don't even know. Like, it just... to this day, I don't even know. Like, I feel like I don't even know where it came from.
Yeah. Okay, well,
it's a whole nother episode.
Also comment below if you want if you want more sexy talk.
Yeah. It's a whole nother episode.
It really is. Well, we'll keep it non-sexual for right now.
Yeah.
But you guys let us know if you're into hearing more about that, because I think that it's a very like valid and profound part of who you allow yourself to be. Mm-hmm. Which kind of, I have a story that dovetails slightly into where these two things crossroads in perceiving your body as your body and perceiving your body as like a sexual being. Mm-hmm. Because I had in middle school a kid tell a joke, not to me, but to other guys in our class. Mm-hmm. The joke was, do you know why Kayla walks funny? 1, because she's fat. And 2, because I butt fucked her last week. And I found out about this.
You were in middle school?
Middle school, 7th grade.
Oh my God, Lily's in 7th grade.
So I found out when a kid who actually was quite nice. We weren't close, he and I, but like we weren't assholes to each other. Mm-hmm. His name was Lewis. He was nice. Shout out Lewis if you're still somehow like
around or listening.
Somehow listening to this episode. He told one of my friends, and she told me, and my friend was like, we have to tell the teacher. That's not okay. Yeah. And keep in mind, I attended a Catholic middle school, so it was like super extra not okay on like very Catholic levels also. So we told my 7th grade teacher, Mrs. Jones, and she reported it, and I think he got suspended. But then, after he got suspended, he said that he was going to come to my house and cut my throat for telling. And you're horrified. I'm very detached from my feelings right now. I know that they're somewhere down there, but I'm not allowing myself to feel them right now, which is probably why I have a smile on my face, because I'm in denial of my middle school feelings. And perhaps I should unpack that in therapy. And my little toes are wiggling because they're so uncomfortable. Yeah, they are. So that got around to one of my other friends who told her dad. And her dad was like, well, that's fucked up. So he told the principal. And so then this kid got expelled.
Oh, yeah.
Because he escalated to a death threat.
Well, good for your school.
You know what? Maybe that's why I'm worried about mean comments on the internet.
Good for your school, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's
accountability.
Yes. And I think it was perhaps easier to do at a Catholic school where you could just be like, fuck it, whatever, you're out. Rather than like, well, we have to educate everyone that is perhaps present at a public school, or more present at a public school.
Lily was threatened that she was going to be, that some kid was going to slit her throat and kill her.
That's horrifying.
And he was only suspended for a couple days. And then she was asked to deliver his homework to him.
No! That's so inappropriate.
But she would not tell the teacher that he was in the office, that the death threat was against her. She felt so uncomfortable.
Well, yeah.
That she wouldn't say, like, I don't want to go deliver this to him. I'm the one he said he was going to kill.
That's so tragic.
Did it.
Often.
I know. And this kid is still at her school.
I just want to scoop Lily up and take her somewhere safe where she can never be hurt.
Right. Like, I just want to homeschool her always. Like just right here, under this arm, under this little wing, just right here. But she don't fit here anymore. No. She's up here.
Yeah, she
towers over me.
She's tall girl.
I know.
No, I don't like it!
I know. Anyways, let's move on to how we fix things.
Yes, please. Are you guys ready to move on to happier things? Because that was a lot of trauma to unpack.
We didn't talk about the fact that we might need aftercare for ourselves after doing this episode.
We did not. On the bright side, I'm gonna go get a pedicure, which should make me feel a little better about caring for my body.
That's true. That'd be good. What am I gonna do? I have no idea.
Maybe you could redo your nails. Do something caring for yourself. And one day my energy will wind down so that I'm not singing in discomfort. The singing makes me feel better.
Well, you can tell the singing that is out of discomfort and the singing that's out of joy.
Oh, can you?
Oh, yes. The singing out of joy is just like
la-da-da-da, la-da-da-da.
The singing that's out of uncomfortability is very like this and da-da-da-da-da and very like very much along the same note and just the same note.
Oh, I have tells, do I?
Yeah, you do.
You're kind of right. I hear it now as you say it. Take me to the forest. Take me to the forest. Sorry, I had to sing a happy song. Where all the pine trees grow and the songbirds sing and little snails live under logs. Did I mix the verses? Yes. I did. I mixed the verses. And I don't give a fuck. Because it made me feel so much better now. I got winded.
Yeah, I liked it.
That's okay. All right. It made me feel better.
Scroll. Body neutrality.
Yes. Our next section is titled Body Neutrality and the Journey to Self-Love.
Kayla, tell me why this is important.
That was supposed to be your section, Ashley Gleason.
Anyway, this is important because...
Well, okay, so for what reason is achieving body neutrality and love for your body important to you?
Important to me?
Mm-hmm.
Because being in a place where I am battling myself is exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't feel good. And I got to the point where I was tired of not feeling good. I was tired of not feeling good mentally and emotionally and physically and all of the things. And I was tired of buying into the thought patterns of like, it's summer. I'm not
beach body ready.
I don't have my summer body.
Ugh.
Like, who am I kidding? My body does not change a whole lot during summertime ever.
Well, and yeah, I think I experienced my entry into trying to accept my body, because I think that's where I started, was with acceptance, because I was also fucking tired. Yeah. I was tired of the conflict, the self-hate. Like, when you hate yourself, you're fighting a battle on two fronts, right? You are expending energy hating, and you're expending energy defending and feeling bad. Yes. So you're just feeling shitty all the way around. And when you are tired of feeling that way, that's when you get to switch into a little away motivation to get away from feeling that tired thing. And for me, a little toward motivation, because I would see other women online. Honestly, for as shitty and as big of a cesspool as the internet is, it also gives you glimpses into a different way of life from how you were taught to live.
Yeah.
Because when I could see women online loving themselves, doing outfits of the day as fat, beautiful women, and talking about fat positivity, I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
Right.
Like, if she can do it, and at the time this was a toxic thought that current me isn't necessarily proud of, but if she can do it and she's fatter than me, then I can do it.
Right.
So I think that's why it's important, because you can achieve a peace within yourself from a place that used to feel so embattled.
Right.
Like, you are not a battleground. It feels like it, and you might be engaging in behaviors that are it, but you are not a battleground.
Right.
And that is why this is so fucking important, to at least achieve body neutrality, body acceptance.
Yes.
At least achieve a place of truth.
Yeah.
If not, then self-love after. So one of the ways that we have written down to begin speaking about that is it goes back to that identify where your patterns are that we talked about at the beginning, so that one of your action steps can then be ending and stopping any negative self-talk that you're engaging in, or ending and stopping any behaviors that you're engaging in. One for me was trying to stop physically harming my body.
Right.
One of those for me was stopping those thoughts that called me like a fat cow.
Yes.
And like, those were patterns that I noticed in myself. And I was like, well, those beautiful people on Tumblr aren't calling themselves cows. They're celebrating their bodies.
Right.
They look fine as fuck. So if they can do it, I can do it.
Right.
So that's kind of where I started identifying my patterns and started trying to stop them.
Right.
Part of that was giving myself permission to be sexy.
Oh yeah.
And this would have been like college. So when I was first entering into my abusive relationship, and then exiting it. So like, showing a lot of cleavage at the time felt powerful to me. So that is part of how I was changing my behaviors.
Like
from download.
Is that why you still don't show a lot of cleavage?
No, what happened?
We talked about this.
We have. What happened was I moved into a place of hiding my body to hide my body because I was ashamed of it, into a place of, well, I'm trying to be proud of my body, so I'm going to show it all. And then I think I've come to a place of, well, I just want to be comfortable, and sometimes the upper part of my cleavage gets cold. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just, like, I think in teaching, I wanted to like make sure I was appropriate. So that also probably entered into it a little bit. Yeah. Right.
My fourth graders did not care.
Well, yeah, no. So there's that. Yeah. So I think now it's purely just a comfort thing. And honestly, this is probably the highest necked thing that I own. I don't like a turtleneck. I can't have things up here.
Not the lowest cut thing that I own. But to be fair, I have really great boobs.
You do. Well, and I also have really great
Yeah.
boobs. I just choose to no longer wear underwire. So peace out from that.
I've got double D boobies.
And maybe you're right. Actually,
So,
I think...
oh.
I mean, I too have double D boobies.
Oh, see? And I would have never guessed that, but I think it's because they're always smooshed to your body in a sports bra.
Because that is more comfortable for my body.
Absolutely.
Like my upper belly is no longer red from the underwire digging into my belly. Ow, that kind of hurt. I think I still have like bruises on my body.
Mine?
I do. Yeah, like right there, the like little belly. Yeah, fuck that is what I have decided.
I'm pretty sure I don't feel it anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure.
You don't. And then you'll feel how bruised it is when you stop for a while.
Oh, okay. Because, like, I'm pretty sure there's no... I damaged the nerves there.
Well, because your poor body is like, well, I've reported it hurts and it does nothing, so I guess we're not going to report it anymore.
Yeah.
This is just the fucky life we lead.
Yep.
So I have unsubscribed from Underwire. And I do think there's something to be said about your seeing my more covered upness and wondering if there's something there, because I think my boobs are not as sexy when they're not in underwire. And I don't know that I would have verbalized that before this moment right now. That was a thought that I was not consciously aware that I was thinking, even though now that I'm thinking back on it, I know that I have thought it.
Yeah.
Your unconscious mind can be so sneaky.
Yes.
You are not always consciously aware of all of your unconscious thoughts.
There are definitely a couple outfits that I have that fit differently on the top that I don't have to wear any bra with.
I love those.
Oh my god, that jumpsuit that I got at the thrift store that in real life off the rack is like 160 or 100 or 100.
Oh, that Embody brand one? I don't know if that's how you say it.
I don't either, but
Facebook targets me for them now.
Oh my gosh, I want
so good.
I want one in every color, and that's all I will ever wear for the rest of my life. And I would never have to wear a bra or anything. Embody, if you're listening. Hello.
Yeah, please sponsor us, Embody. We would be happy to represent for you.
Do you have plus size models? Because, hi, I volunteer as me.
Model, yes.
Model. Or whatever you need. I got you, babe. Because I fucking love that outfit.
Embody, you just send us the free merch and we will sing your praises until the end of the earth. Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't even have to pay us money. Like, just send us the clothes.
Just outfits.
Yes. Preferably in like pinks and yellows.
Greens and blacks.
Yes.
And arms are navy.
Navy. If you guys are listening and not watching, we're just like making eyes at the camera, like Embody's listening.
Embody, please. Puppy eyes.
I mean, I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to puppy eyes.
I'll beg for some Embody. I'll beg.
Oh, I'll just speak it into the universe. She's going to decide what's going to happen anyway. So all I can do is steer my ship.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? We could start a series. What would Ashley do for an Embody jumpsuit?
What would you do?
I mean, ask, because I do some weird shit for an Embody jumpsuit. I do some weird shit for an Embody jumpsuit. I am very serious.
Would not do that much weird shit.
I'm open.
Message me.
I don't love that I just put that on the internet, but I'm also serious. So, anyways.
If we have any like people who want to buy us Embody jumpsuits just as listeners, as gifts, maybe we'll get a P.O. box.
Yeah.
I'm open. I am open.
Also, if you want me to do weird shit to get an Embody jumpsuit, message me and Kayla can post it on the TikTok that she's making for us.
Oh my god. Okay, we have to stop. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, moving on. Oh, the ending stopping negative self-talk. I know I've talked about this before on one of the past podcasts, but like interrupting those thoughts, interrupting those things that I say negatively about myself. Like just like I've said before, like, ugh, I'm so stupid, or like,
Mm-hmm.
ugh, I'm too fat. I honestly, I can't remember the last time I've said anything like that.
That's beautiful.
To say that just now felt so foreign and weird, and I didn't even like saying it out loud.
Yes. I love a transformative moment where you realize you've grown beyond a pattern.
So
yes.
And there was a moment not too long ago where I don't know, Lily was asking, I was having a conversation or something with Lily, and I did make a comment about like, oh, I didn't want to do something, or I wasn't sure I would be able to do a thing because of the size of my body.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, Mom, you can't say that about yourself. And I was like, Lily, I was like, I appreciate that. You are trying to be sweet and protective of me. I have a pretty decent, like I have a substantial amount of fat on my body. I do have a fat body. I have fat on my body. And that is not a bad thing. That's a very neutral thing. Like that's just a statement.
Yes. Which
fat itself does not need to innately be bad.
Well, no, because your body needs a level of fat.
Yes.
And that brings us into one of our next bullet points that is making neutral and truthful observations about your body and practicing saying things like, my legs are strong, or my belly digests foods for me, for my energy.
Right.
And like, you don't have to immediately replace like, I'm a fat cow with, I love my belly. Because I
love my soft, squishy belly.
Like, that will not resonate as truth in your body. That will feel like a lie. And it is really hard to practice an affirmation when you feel like you're lying to yourself.
Right. That's just going to create
more self-hate.
Yeah. Your body knows when you're lying to it.
Mm-hmm. Because you can feel it. You can feel it in your chest and in your belly that you are being dishonest. And we can neutralize that feeling by not forcing ourselves into toxic positivity. Instead, saying things that are neutral facts, like, my toes help me balance. Saying things like, yes. Saying things like, yet and but, which we talked about in a past episode that help you shift the trajectory of your thoughts. I think that was in How Do You Fix Broken Self-Love?
Yes.
So if you want to hear more on that, go to our episode on how to fix broken self-love. We talk a lot about that. What I also wanted to talk about in helping to amend your statements is using the word and. Because I think and invites a presence of duality, because your body is capable of holding multiple truths. You can say things like, sometimes I hate my belly, and I am working to love myself more. I am working to see my belly as friendly, or I am working to see my belly as neutral. So when you hear those thoughts going through your head, you can say, that is true. That is a statement that I feel is true about myself, and I am working to change it. And I am shifting how I view myself. You can also do things like labeling some thoughts as harmful, because your body, your unconscious mind, first and foremost, wants to keep you safe. So when you start telling your unconscious mind that something is harmful, that something hurts you, that something is dangerous to you, your brain will learn, oh, we don't fucking do that.
Right. Yeah, we don't.
That's not good. We don't want to be harmful and dangerous to ourselves. And that has been incredibly helpful for me when I have the occasional, not at all frequent, perhaps once or twice a year, or maybe like 1 to 4 times a year, I'll say, thoughts about self-harm. I will be like, I hear what you're saying, and that thought is harmful. we are working on loving ourselves now.
Yeah.
So there are ways to change your affirmations. And I made a cute little TikTok on this
Yay.
that I hope goes viral. I'll speak that into the universe.
Yay.
That talks about amending how you speak to yourself to feel like truth in your body, to feel like healing is in progress, not toxic positivity.
Right.
If you are able to say, I love myself to yourself and have it resonate as truth, that's beautiful. I encourage you to do that. I can do that now.
Yes.
I could not do that a few years ago.
Right.
I could not. I couldn't even, like when I started my mirror work practice, I could barely look at myself without the intention of fixing my hair or fixing how my glasses are sitting or fixing my makeup. So yeah, it's a journey, and neutrality and being in the process of healing is a very integral part in bridging that gap from self-hate to self-love.
Right.
It is so profoundly integral. Or integral, however you feel like saying it.
I say integral.
I also say integral, but I also love the way that integral sounds. I don't know why. Maybe that's like a British pronunciation. I watch a lot of British stuff on YouTube.
So do I.
So there's that. Let's see. What else?
I also like to say aluminium.
Aluminium. Oh, I like to say oregano.
I also love to say macrame.
Macrame?
Uh-huh.
I had not heard macrame spelled macrame, or it's pronounced macrame.
Macrame.
Oh, fascinating.
Isn't that a fun one?
I also really like that they call eggplants aubergines.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And courgettes are either cucumbers or pickles. I forget.
Aubergines sounds does not make me think of penises. So I like that so much better. Eggplants now all I think of are penises. And I hate that.
Yeah. Eggplants are good though. They're delicious in Thai food.
I've only had Thai food a couple times.
Excuse me.
Salween Thai.
Oh, I do like salween.
Yeah.
That's where I was going to suggest because they have good eggplant.
But I have only ever ordered one thing because I didn't know what it was.
Was it the green curry?
No, I've never had curry.
Oh, fuck. We are remedying that immediately.
Okay,
I'm so offended that you've never had curry.
Yeah.
I must help you.
Great. Thanks. Yay. Yay for me.
Hopefully you like it.
Yay.
You're allowed to not like it, even though I just spoke
great.
that intensely. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, so our next segment is called
Where Are We Now?
Where Are We Now? And if you would like more information about bridging that gap, please go listen to that episode on how to fix broken self-love, because we go into more depth there than we can in this episode that's now an hour and 26 minutes. So, yeah. Okay, so our next segment, where are we now? Right now, I love seeing myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh my God, hi me. And it feels genuine. Yay. Like it feels like my heart glows up through my throat and out at myself. Like it just feels so natural. Like if you saw your favorite little kid, like if my nephew Ivan walked through the door, I'd be like, oh my God, hi buddy.
I love that.
So, or like when I see Fred.
Yeah.
He's so cute. And when I see sweet little Rose and her little tail is wagging, I just, oh my God, hi, I love you. That's how I get to feel about myself now.
Yay.
And that is, 10-year-old me would be like, what?
Yeah.
That's a thing we can do?
Yeah. You get to feel
College me would have been like, absolutely not.
You feel that way about you?
Like,
about
that's not
us?
possible.
Like, you feel that way about me?
I know. Yeah, she would not have thought that it was possible.
Right.
Poor man's Kayla. So that, like, that's how I get to feel now. And that feels wildly magical.
Yes.
And it comes from doing the work. It comes from the things that we discuss here.
Yes.
It comes from the things that you are likely already doing, like the journaling, the therapy, the like working on your self-talk. It's the energy work, you know? It all weaves together in this beautiful tapestry of healing.
Yes.
Of forging a new type of relationship with yourself, or going back to Lily loving your tiger stripes,
Yes.
an old relationship that you used to have with yourself before you were taught to hate.
Yes. Where you can just recognize the beauty and the magic and the amazingness that you are.
That you are! When did you first know you were meant for more? When did you first know you were worthy? You are. Another cute TikTok song.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Guys, I'm on TikTok and Facebook Reels now.
Yay!
I do cute little songs. Please feel free to come follow me and then share them, and then I'll go viral,
so
and then more people will know about Your Soul Welcome and how to fix their self-love. Help us go viral, you guys. Ooh. On my TikTok, we're doing TikToks for the podcast now, too. Yes. So, like, share our shit so that other people can hear it and love themselves. Be a beacon of light for someone else. 'Cause lighting someone else's torch does not take away your own flame. Light each other up, my loves. Light each other up, my loves. Light each other up, my loves. It's up to you. All we can do is create.
I like it.
All we can do is post ourselves. All you can do is change others' lives. Yeah.
I just saw, like, I was like, oh, that's what those candles are for.
What?
So we can make a little video and we can.
Oh, my like little skinny candles.
Have a bunch of people, and then everybody can just be like sharing the light.
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah. I was thinking about having like a lit party sometime, like a local lit party. I don't. We can talk more about it later. Anyway, yeah, light up someone's world, and also help us buy our dogs fun snacks. Because the more viral we go, and the more money we make. I mean, yeah, I would love to be able to buy an embody jumpsuit. That would be great. We're obsessed and it's okay.
They're the comfiest things in the world.
They are.
Okay, so where are we now? Where am I now?
Yeah.
I am at a place now where I am wearing clothes that are comfy.
Yes.
That are cute and expressive about my personality, right? The bright colors, the silly things, the big bold prints, the rompers, the overalls that look like might have been a part of somebody's clown suit, but they're covered in daisies. And so I pass them up.
I love that. I want to see those immediately.
Okay, I will wear them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I worry so much less. And I don't say not at all, but I worry so much less about if my mama belly pouch is sticking out too far, or if my little like arm roll is hanging out, or if I'm wearing a tank top, or like I worry so much less about those things. Sometimes
I'm going to interrupt you.
Yes.
I have to pee so bad.
Okay.
Please continue talking.
Okay.
I'm going to go take care of my body.
Yay!
I'll be right back.
I I love that. I just am at a place now where I want to be comfortable and I want to be able to move and be silly if I want to be silly. If I am going somewhere with my kids or to the park or something, I want to be able to climb up the slide or go on the swings. I don't want to be uncomfortable and stuck in really tight pants that are squeezing my belly in really tight so that my belly looks a little bit smaller. I don't want any of that. Like, I don't want to wear a super tight dress that I have to wear some super duper squeezy Spanx for and be really uncomfortable and have a hard time breathing and having to fight those things in the bathroom. Like, I don't want that. That's exhausting and sweaty, and I'm over it. Like, this is my body, and I want to be comfortable, and I want to just enjoy my experience in life. And stressing out about what I look like and the way other people might see me seems like it is just definitely not one of the things I want to put my energy into anymore. I have spent a lot of time in my life putting a lot of energy into thinking about that, thinking about what other people are going to think when they look at me. What are other people going to think when they see me in that outfit? Are other people going to think I'm pretty? What if other people think I'm too chubby? What if other people think that the dress is too tight? What if other people see my back fat?
These are the thoughts you're no longer having as often.
Like, I don't want to be thinking about that. Like, first of all, I don't really care. Second of all, that is just too much energy going into that stuff that does not affect me in the long run. Like, because
other than stealing your energy from things that you find joy in.
Like, people are going to have their thoughts, and it doesn't matter how much work I put into how I look.
They're still going to have their thoughts.
How many layers of Spanx I've got on, or how many, know what I mean?
Layers of Spanx?
Yeah, like if I wear like short Spanx and then I've got the bra Spanx or whatever to hold them in.
That is too many Spanx.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Then you can't breathe, and peeing is really hard, and you're sweating the whole night. And then you get home at the end of the night and you go and you unfurl all the layers of Spanx.
Oh, God.
Just to breathe.
I mean, I remember from just one layer. Multiple. That sounds terrible.
It is terrible.
Hi, Rose.
And like, I don't have the energy for that. I want to put my energy into having fun and enjoying my time.
It's true. If you guys can hear Fred being sad right now, please know that my husband is in the same room as him. Fred is fine, occupied, and loved. He just
misses us.
Yeah, he misses you guys probably too.
Yeah.
And misses chewing on the power cords. which is why my husband's home during Thursday afternoons now. Yeah. Well, I am so glad that you have moved out of a place where those thoughts were so present and so consuming.
Yes, me too.
And I'm so excited for any of you who have also moved out of that place or are in the process of healing and moving into a new place. Because changing your relationship with yourself changes everything.
Yes.
It changes everything. It changes who you allow yourself to be.
Mm-hmm.
It changes how you allow yourself to act. It changes how you allow yourself to make decisions and present in your posture, in your voice, in your activities that you choose to engage in.
Yes.
So changing your relationship with yourself, my love, changes everything.
Yes. It really does.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we're here together, to learn and grow in love, to love ourselves and heal ourselves, doing life together. Yeah.
I love it.
Me too.
I do.
Do we have more to add, do you think?
I don't think so. Is there anything else?
I think that's it. Should I? Well, I guess we do have technically another page.
Nope.
Yep, nope.
Oh, what did I say? I'm glad that oh, what does it say? Can you scroll up just a smidge more?
So sorry.
That's okay. I don't always feel a yay in my heart when I see myself in the mirror, but I don't feel an ew.
And that's really important.
Either. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's you.
Yeah, because when I see my naked belly in the mirror, I don't always feel like, oh my God, yay, my belly. But I do look at it and think about what my body does for me.
Yeah.
And that level of gratitude and appreciation can be so helpful in healing your relationship with yourself and with your body.
Absolutely. Yeah. I never, when I'm standing there and I'm naked in front of the mirror, I don't ever look at my belly that hangs over now with my C-section scar and all of my stretch marks, and like I don't ever look at it and be like, ugh.
And you know, maybe this is a good invitation for me to change my mirror work practice slightly, because when I say that I am so excited to see myself, it's always making eye contact with me, which is beautiful. Yes. And how can I expand the scope of how I allow myself to be in relationship with me in the mirror if I am able to look at other parts of my body?
Right. I love how you are looking at challenging yourself, broadening your practice. If I'm being entirely honest, if I weren't the type of person to try and look at how I could make things better, then I would have I would no longer be with us. Well, I'm just proud of you is all I'm saying, that you are willing to. Because that is how I saved my own life. That'd be a good song. That's for Broadway. That's for the Broadway. That feels like a scary song. Wow. Which probably means I need to write it. Because the things that scare me are often the things that expand me in beautiful ways. Yes. If I continued to avoid the things that scare me, we wouldn't have a fucking podcast. That was the universe interceded on your behalf. Let's be real clear. Hey, I could have said no. I could have been more scared than I was. Thank you. Kayla wouldn't even ask me about it. The universe had to come in and make me have a dream about doing a podcast with Kayla that I had to verbalize. I was working on it. Don't do the thing. I was turtling, if you're listening. I pulled my shirt up over my face. Don't mind me. Look, I was working up to it. I was. Well, I had a dream and I beat you to it. You did. Thank you. I'm very grateful for you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You guys, if you avoid what's meant for you, the universe will just slap you in the face with a cold fish. / a dream. A best friend telling you they had a dream. Also, tell your friends your dreams, because maybe the universe gave that to you because your friend needs it. Yeah. Because she's avoiding things out of fear.
It's a possibility. If it happened for us, it could happen to you.
Yeah.
I feel like that was every quintessential,
Yeah.
like...
If it happened to us, it could happen to you.
Like everything that terrifies, like, mothers on the news.
Mhm.
Well, if it
happened to me, it could happen to you. Oh, did you hear that?
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
This is very scare tactic-y.
My voice has also never sounded like that ever.
Well, okay, that's the duality of if she can do it, I can do it too. That there's always got to be another end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Duality. We were asked to do an episode on duality, so if other people agree with that, it's on our massive list of things. We would love to do it, but let us know if we should, like, bump it up our priority list.
There's a really weird, interesting picture of cats. I don't like it.
Oh, I kind of liked it.
I don't like their eyes.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of their eyes, but I wasn't mad about it.
I don't like it.
I like you, though. And I love all of you. I love all of you. We love all of you.
For sure.
Okay, we love you. Bye.